Malaysians watch how leaders behave. The unity government has definitely brought political stability, and when we talk about the Madani framework, it gives us that moral direction. So the thing is, Malaysians in general, they're not confused about policies, but they are confused about the people. Now, this being said, put it this way, Malaysians watch how leaders behave, especially when tensions appear, not what we say when things are calm. So the truth is, this is where trust is a little bit fragile. Now, the fault lines that you speak of, the MCA versus DAP versus UMNO and so forth, now, it did not appear when the unity government was formed. These are products of decades of politics built on suspicion, bigotry, and also the idea that coexistence is something that's not principled. So when you put parties like that into one coalition, it doesn't magically undo that damage. So has the government articulated a clear version of multicultural and multi-religious cohesion? On paper, yes. But in practice, it's not as consistent as it should be. It's still a work in progress. So Madani talks about dignity, compassion, and mutual respect. These are beautiful values that I, as a Malay Muslim, I recognize deeply, because these are also Islamic values. But Malaysians don't experience these values just by listening to speeches. They experience it when leaders defend each other from attacks. Now, when double standards are rejected, and also when silence is not used as a political escape route. And this is where the discomfort lies. Now, when coalition partners clash, too often the responses is to downplay, deny, and also wait for the next new cycle to unfold. So that level of avoidance sometimes feed into cynicism. So people begin to believe that the idea of unity is this fragile theater, something that only works when nothing controversial is said. So this is what needs to change. This is what I believe needs to be changed. Number one, we need to stop pretending that disagreement equals to disloyalty. Now, a mature multicultural coalition will definitely have ideological friction. Now, the problem is not disagreement, but the disagreements that are framed through race, religion, and also historical fear. And leaders must call out clearly, even when it comes from our own sides. And also second, unity cannot be selective. For example, you cannot speak about moderation while tolerating inflammatory, rhetoric because it plays to certain bases. And third, this is where all of us, we need to also understand that leadership within the coalition needs to be brave. Now, this means leaders, including from all of our parties, must sometimes absorb that political heat to protect the idea of the shared nationhood. Unity is not built by avoiding backlash. It isn't. It is built by facing it, honestly. So finally, cohesion must be grounded in fairness above all. Now, when governance feels just, when schools are safe, when public services work, and when corruption is confronted, identity politics begins to lose oxygen. People argue less about who belongs in what system, and this is when the system treats them with dignity. So again, unity is not about the absence of tension. It is, as a matter of fact, it is the courage to manage it without tearing the country apart.